So several years ago, there was a guy that I was totally crushing on, and he said to me, "Why don't you date? I think it's weird that you don't date." And I was like, "You're such an asshole," because I really wanted to date him, and I was doing everything I could to get him to ask me out, but then I found out that he preferred married women, and I wasn't married. And so I spent a lot of time trying to be what I thought he wanted, rather than really being myself, and it really played on my emotions and my lack of self-esteem. And it caused me to be lesser of the person than I actually was. And so I woke up this morning, and of course I've gone beyond that since then. And I woke up this morning and I realized that there's so many people out there walking around with this idea that they're not enough. And we pay attention to all these media that prey upon that idea that we're not enough. And it's really important for us to ignore those media, ignore those people who prey upon those ideas, and start really believing that you are enough. And so I wrote this piece for Medium, so I'll post a link to it. So just imagine this for a minute. Imagine that you are enough. Seriously, what if you believe that everything you needed was already within? You don't scour your social media notifications for approval. You don't scroll through various memes and like those that validate you. You know that it tells the system that you need more of those memes. You already know that you're enough. You don't feel the need to buy clothing that you can't afford to fit in with others. You don't drive a car that says you're more or you're better. You don't live in a house of excess in order to prove you're enough. You already know. Advertising that caters to a sense of lack, that you aren't enough, no longer affects you. You don't care for an eye cream that hides your age because you know that each line on your face speaks of an experience. You don't follow a diet that is not sustainable over time because you know deep down what is most healthy for you. You don't spend your time and money on courses filled with empty promises of making you better. You are already enough. Your deep-seated awareness of yourself tells you the changes you'd like to make. You don't read or listen to media channels that exemplify those who have too much. You no longer care for media that toy with your emotions, particularly your anger or your fear. You ignore condescending voices that tell you why you're not enough. You know they are only speaking from their own sense of lack. Because they don't feel that they are enough, they feel better when you join them in their company. You don't engage in behaviors or activities that tell you you're not enough. You choose actions and measures that serve your state of abundance. You live life slow. You no longer waste your energy on things that don't matter. When you are enough, you know that life is about balance. You give away things you no longer need because you know that a filled pot cannot hold new soup. You read and share works that engage the mind and the spirit. You feel a deep connection to others who know they are enough. They might not be posting on social media. Their words might not trend because they eschew materialistic outcomes. You know they are there, breathing the same air as you do. Their hearts pulse to the same rhythm as yours. You choose to spend time with people who exchange this balanced energy with you. They are as honest with you as you are with yourself. They support you in your journey, and you support them. You also embrace those moments when you are alone. You know that solitude provides moments to reflect on where balance is needed. You recharge your spiritual battery so you can give to the world what you're destined to give. You welcome the world with open arms, knowing that each triumph and tribulation educate you if you listen deep. You accept each moment as it is, without expectations. You silence the shoulds and turn to your internal compass, which directs each step on your path. You disregard social norms that seek to reinforce the status quo. You live by your own internal knowing, which is about reducing suffering to yourself and others. You are enough. Why have you forgotten this? So remember this, next time you scroll through social media or you watch ads or you watch a program that feeds into this feeling of lack, and start tuning in to measures and messages of abundance and that feeling of gratitude and that feeling that you do indeed have enough.